The biggest issue facing Australian businesses at the moment is a talent shortage, with industries across the board struggling to recruit staff, placing pressure on the ability of businesses to deliver on projects or even offer frontline service to customers. It is a problem unlikely to go away in the short term, so how do you solve the problem? Joining me now to unpack this is Ingrid Maynard, the founder of The Sales Doctor. Welcome to the program, Ingrid. Good to see you.
Thanks, Mike. Great to be here.
All right, let's dive right into this one because this is everywhere at the moment. What is the cause behind this talent shortage that you're witnessing?
Yeah, it's everywhere, isn't it? It's actually a global phenomenon. Australia shows up in a couple of statistics of global research quite badly, actually. So Randstad actually cited several causes, and none of them will be, a shock to anyone. But there's not just one cause. The first one is burnout. So a lot of people, during the pandemic, just with increased workplace disruptions, long-term isolations and ongoing health scares, just felt like they needed to opt out of the workforce altogether. And in Australia, the way that we compared to other regions across the globe was quite badly. 33% of Australians said that they were very badly or badly burnt out, compared to 21%, which was the average for other regions across the world. We've also got an ageing population, and our birth rate is declining. So this problem isn't going to go away anytime soon. And a lot of our population are approaching the age of 60. 41% of the global workforce are saying that they're considering leaving their jobs, and that's not necessarily with something to go to either. And millions more are opting to leave the workforce altogether. We've got automation taking away a lot of lower level jobs and creating a shortage of higher level skills that can't be automated, like empathy, listening, connection, those sorts of skills, and people without that. And of course, with hard borders and travel restrictions, we now haven't got migrant workers. And sometimes when we think about migrant workers, we think about, backpackers, we think about, other hospitality workers.
Yeah.
But there's also a big gap at the top end that migrant workers also fulfill, particularly in tech.
Yeah, so you sort of painted quite a gloomy picture here. I guess just one more question in relation to the dark side of this is, what's the impact to small businesses of all sizes?
Yeah, look, it's huge. I mean, I don't think it really matters whether you're in a small business or a large business.
Yeah.
Everyone's facing this. So obviously productivity and growth is restricted severely because you just don't have the intellect, you don't have the human capital, you don't have the productivity there, people on the ground. You also have the inability to plan as well, because you don't really know where you're going to get people. So resourcing is an issue. You don't have sales because without the right workforce, sales are going to be impacted, whether that's productivity, whether that's manufacturing, and then obviously people being able to sell those products and services. You don't have the ability to set consistent customer expectations either, and also it makes customer retention a lot more tricky.
Yeah, so if the people are not there, how can we solve the problem?
Yeah, and again, the problem isn't one single thing, and so the solution isn't one single thing. So the first thing is we need to really take the time to rethink our business models and realign them to how the market is now. And that's not just our human capital market, but that's also our customers. So for a lot of the organisations that I'm speaking with, we're looking at restructuring sales forces, which is obviously my sweet spot there, around to have less people on the road, more people account managing phone-based because they're easier to find. They cost less, so you're maximising margin there, but you're also getting increased productivity. And then you've got your elite people there focusing on your high level, AA and A grade customers. We also need to think about our employee value propositions too, so that we're attracting and retaining the people that we want, and really thinking about our culture. So now is the time. It's easy to be reactive, but now is the time to really take a step back and start to plan forward and think about our culture, think about our structures, and think about how we best go to market.
Ingrid, what do you think the government should be doing? Do you reckon they could be doing more to help in the current situation? They are relatively new, but is now the time to jump in?
Yeah, so they're new to government, but they're all experienced. I mean, that front bench is incredibly experienced there,
Yeah.
so no excuses, and I'm not letting them off the hook. But just government in general, I think we're seeing conditions now, particularly with inflation and expected interest rate rises, that we haven't seen in 20 years. So I'm old enough, as you can tell, to know to go back 20 years, and at that time. The government did things like investing or helping businesses to reinvest in their workforce with things like reskilling, upskilling, training, and those sorts of support mechanisms too, and creating opportunities for new training organisations to come up.
Absolutely. Ingrid Maynard, we could talk about this all day, but I'll have to get you back on the program down the line and unpack. Hopefully something improves, but again, thank you so much for your time and insight.
Thank you very much.